In the dusty, sun-scorched plains of 1887, there was a small village living under a shadow of fear. The people were ruled with an iron fist by a ruthless landowner, a man who had built a gang of violent men, their cruelty legendary. Every villager felt the sting of oppression, the weight of despair. No one dared to defy him. No one, that is, until a lone cowboy rode into town. This cowboy was different from the others who just passed through. He saw the injustice in the villagers' eyes, the silent tears of mothers, the broken spirits of fathers. He saw the town suffering, and it stirred something deep within him. But there was one sight that truly captured his heart, the landowner's beautiful daughter. She wasn't just stunning. She radiated a warmth and kindness that seemed to defy the darkness surrounding her. The whole village adored her, and the cowboy, too, found himself completely captivated. He couldn't shake the feeling that destiny had brought him to this very place for this very reason. He spent time in the village, his admiration for her growing with each passing day. He saw her secret acts of kindness, the way she would sneak food to the hungry or offer a gentle word to the weary. He realized her heart was as pure as her father's was cruel. His love for her wasn't just a fleeting attraction. It became a powerful, unwavering force. He tried to win her heart, showing her the kind of man he truly was: strong, honest, and compassionate. He wanted her to see beyond her father's world of violence and control. But despite his efforts, she refused him. Bound by loyalty, or perhaps blinded by the life she'd always known, she turned him away. With a heavy heart, the cowboy rode away. The image of the woman he loved and the oppressed village burned into his memory. But the story doesn't end there. Months later, a figure appeared on the horizon, riding back toward the village. It was the cowboy, but this time he wasn't just a wanderer. He returned with a fire in his eyes and a plan in his heart. He couldn't stand by while good people suffered, and he couldn't forget the woman whose heart he had failed to win. He believed he could save them all. He moved in secret, gathering the villagers under the cover of darkness. He spoke to them not as a leader, but as a brother. He shared his vision of a life free from fear, a life where their children could play in the streets without looking over their shoulders. His words, filled with passion and conviction, ignited a spark of hope that had long been extinguished. He began to train them, teaching them how to stand together, how to fight back, not with brute force, but with strategy and courage. Slowly but surely, the villagers, who had been broken and submissive, began to find their strength. The blacksmiths sharpened old tools into weapons, the farmers planned diversions, and the women organized supply lines. A quiet rebellion was brewing. The day of reckoning finally arrived. The cowboy, leading the united villagers, confronted the landowner and his gang of thugs. It wasn't a battle of armies, but a clash of wills. It was the collective courage of a community against the greed of one man. The fight was fierce and desperate. The landowner's men were brutal, but the villagers fought with the strength of those who had nothing left to lose. They fought for their homes, their families, and their future. And against all odds, under the Cowboys' brilliant leadership, they won. The cruel landowner was defeated. His reign of terror finally over. A cheer erupted through the village, a sound of pure, unadulterated freedom that echoed across the plains. Victory, however, brought with it a bittersweet twist. The cowboy had done it. He had freed the people and brought justice to the land. But the woman who had inspired his return, the woman he still loved with all his heart, was the daughter of the very man he had overthrown. He had hoped that by freeing her from her father's shadow, he might finally win her love. But the pain of her father's downfall, no matter how deserved, was a chasm between them. The village celebrated, but the cowboy's heart ached with a quiet sorrow. He had won the war, but lost the one thing he wanted most. Believing some hearts were simply not meant to be his, he quietly packed his things and prepared to ride away once more. As the cowboy disappeared over the horizon, the landowner's daughter began to piece together the fragments of her shattered world. In the aftermath of the rebellion, secrets buried for years started to surface. One day, while sorting through her late father's hidden papers, she uncovered a devastating truth. A faded, tear-stained letter revealed that the man she had called her father, the man she had tried to remain loyal to, was also the man who had murdered her own mother in a fit of rage years ago. The entire foundation of her life crumbled in an instant. The man she had feared and respected was a monster who had not only terrorized a village, but had also destroyed his own family. The realization hit her like a lightning strike. Suddenly, everything became clear. She saw her father for the tyrant he was, and she saw the cowboy in a new light. He wasn't the man who had destroyed her family. He was the man who had exposed the truth and saved her people. His love hadn't been a weakness. It had been a source of incredible strength. The love she had so stubbornly ignored now flooded her heart with regret and a desperate longing. She knew what she had to do. She had to find him. She had to tell him she understood that she was wrong and that she loved him too. Leaving everything behind, she set off on a frantic search, retracing the dusty trails he was known to travel, asking every stranger if they had seen a lone cowboy with kind eyes and a hero's heart. She rode for days, her hope dwindling with each sunset. She finally arrived at a distant town where he had been seen, her heart pounding with anticipation. But she was too late. The townsfolk told her he had just left, riding west, toward new horizons, carrying the memories of battles fought, and of a love that was won and then lost. She never saw him again. The village she left behind thrived in its newfound freedom, a testament to the cowboy's courage. But for both the cowboy and the landowner's daughter, a silent ache lingered. A story of love delayed and timing lost. Their tale became a legend whispered on the plains, a story of incredible bravery, of hard-won justice. and of a love that was powerful enough to change the world, even if it couldn't conquer fate. Sometimes love isn't about having and holding. Sometimes it's about the courage to do what's right, even if it means losing the one person you can't live without. The heroes in our stories aren't just found in legends. They live in the hearts of those who fight for others, leaving behind a legacy that time can never erase. If this tale of the Wild West stirred your heart, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell. We've got many more stories of courage, love, and adventure waiting for you. Thanks for watching.